Good morning. Welcome back to Wolfe Outdoors. Today we're doing a review video on this Hawk Helium climbing stick, this piece of junk climbing stick. We're going to give you an honest review on it and some perks and some pros and some cons. Let's get after it.
Alright, as you guys just saw, we're going to be doing a review on the Hawk Helium climbing sticks. We got the mini versions
and the long boys.
Size. And today we're going to be doing kind of an in-depth full review on these things. We've both been using these for about 2 years now, 2 full deer seasons. Brody's using his a little less with his new sticks, but I've been using mine quite a bit. I've modded them. I'll kind of tell you guys about the mods. We'll go through an in-depth thing. We'll tap into the trees.
Clark!
We'll attach them to the trees, show you guys how they work, give you guys our opinions on them. Let's get into it. Alright, let me go over some of the modifications I've done to my stick. I've done a lot more to mine than Birdie's done to his. Right off the rip, you can tell that I painted this thing. You know, it used to be the color gray like Elroy's back here, but I went ahead and used some spray paint the outside. You know, whether or not it really sticks out that much, but it does look nice on the tree now. The other thing that me and Brody did was, you can't tell as much on mine, but all of this is just athletic tape, hockey tape, whatever you want to call it. Just wrapped it all around the stick. We felt as though it was a little cheaper than maybe going with the stealth strips or any other kind of silencing strip. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it does silence stuff a little better. The other thing I did with mine was I have this tethered VersaLink strap on it. Pretty much just a daisy chain style attachment that I used instead of the camp strap. I was using the camp strap for a while, but it seemed to make a lot of noise, and it just kind of became a hassle, and wanted something else that would have been a lot easier to use. The other thing I've done with these sticks was I added an aider. These are, I forget the length of them, but they are steel cable aiders. I believe from Eastern Woods. But I added these to 3 out of 4 of my sticks. They attach right here with a bolt. But this is a great way to get the short sticks, but also get the extra length up the tree that you might need to get over what you need to hunt. Another thing I added was I started saddle hunting within the last year, and I added these. Oh my goodness, what's the name? What's the name of this rope?
Paracord?
Paracord! I added a loop of paracord on all 4 of my sticks. That way, as I'm climbing the tree, I added hooks to my saddle and I can hang them off my side. It's a little easier, try to get up and down the tree in one go, but for the most part, that's about the only mods that we've done to ours. Nothing crazy, but try to make it better for the use of what we're doing. But Chris was just climbing a tree. So that's pretty much about everything we did. Nothing too crazy, but some simple stuff that, you know, makes our lives a little easier out in the woods. We're gonna go ahead and drop the weights of these in the video. We know that some advertised weights, maybe not always what they actually are. So we weighed the mini stick individually, as is like this. We made the full length stick with the camp strap on it. And then I also weighed all 4 of my sticks together, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how much these weigh and maybe what to expect if you guys were to choose these budget sticks. You stop it.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna show you how to hang one of these Johns. So just like any other stick, you got your Versa button or whatever you want to call it, your little piece of plastic right here. You're gonna mount it firmly on the tree. Give her a good wrap around. Tighten that strap. Open your little, these fold by the way, it's got foldable steps on it. It's pretty nice. Cinch it. And then she's ready to climb. Sorry if I'm out of breath, I'm out of shape. She's pretty sturdy though. Yeah, it's super simple. Brad will come in here and show you how to hang his, because he uses daisy chains.
Oh, thanks for the introduction, Brody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I got you.
Pleasure having me. All right. I will give a little tutorial on this because daisy chains aren't something everybody uses, but it's pretty much, if you don't know, a rope, am steel, whatever you want to call it, but it's got loops in it. And that's what you wrap around your Versa button. Wrap it around the tree, and then you pretty much just find the tightest one you can get it on. But like, if you can see, it's a little short. So one thing you do on that is twist the stick to get the standoffs away from the tree. Wraps on way easier. Twist it back, and then cinch it down. Now, the one downfall is, yes, sometimes it does. It may get a little looser than a cam strap, but ever since I've been using them, I've never really had too much of an issue with it. They seem to strap pretty well as long as you're not stupid on it and like kicking the bottom.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
But climb on there. I'll try to climb on it, but
cake. Absolute cake. Oh yeah.
great. Now I'm covered in sap.
Pine tar. Free
This
pine
is
tar.
a pine tree, in case you're wondering. But one downfall of these aiders, every once in a while they are kind of tough to see, or maybe even get your boot in when it gets dark. But that's just kind of something I've chose to deal with. A little close-up video of it. Here's a standoff from the tree. It's nothing crazy, but I mean, with a double step, I've never really had too much of an issue with not having enough room for my boots on the tree. But kind of an average standoff, pretty much. Same thing with a full-size stick.
All right, you know the deal. We're going in pros and cons. Now, having the pleasure of I've climbed both of these sticks in my day when I hunt with him. And I will say, if I was to rebuy, I'd buy these short ones. They're just all around better. I mean, these are way too long. They're not convenient at all. These fit nice and small and compact. These things are just...
Packability is better with these.
These are more for just, I guess, if you're going to hang them for a longer time, I feel like. But these are your mobile run and gun setup. But cons, I'll start off with the bad things about it first. These little buttons right here. Hold on, I'll pop it real quick. So you got these little buttons that they use to snap them together like this. These go in. So the problem we've had, and it's both of us with both the little sticks and the big sticks, is these little pieces, these little males, pretty much, that go into these. They've broken off in there. If you can see that. They broke off, so it's broken. And it does not stack good at all anymore. I mean, I can get it to stack with straps, but that's just something that we've both have had, and I've never seen.
This is what, you know, the piece is supposed to look like. It's supposed to have one on top and bottom. And this is the bottom piece. As you can tell, this piece snapped off. You know, we watched a lot of videos leading up to trying to buy a nice budget stick, you know, that wasn't going to break the bank, was going to do the job for us. You know, everyone always talked about how packable they were, the locking mechanism that they used. It was great, easy to use. Not a single video mentioned that the buttons broke or anything like that. And I don't know about you, but for me, I literally snapped, I think, 2 of these off within the first 5 to 10 minutes I had this opened. I got it in the mail. I was excited. I was messing with them, popped them together. When I went to pop them apart, for one, it was super hard to get them apart. No one ever talked about that. And I don't know if I was doing something wrong or what, but they were hard to get apart. And when I did finally get them apart, it snapped the whole button off. So that was a con. I haven't had a stick with both of them break off yet. So luckily I can still attach all of them with at least one.
Yeah, you pretty much covered. I've never seen anybody say that those buttons break. If I would have saw that, it probably would have, I don't know if it would have deterred me from buying it or not, but yeah.
Another con that he hasn't experienced as much as me, but is the durability of the steps. The steps are great. They're really, I mean, for the most part, they're not that bad. But for myself, I weigh about 210 pounds. I'm a thicker boy, but I'm also not massive. So I'm not putting extreme amounts of weight on these, but here's a stick. It's a pretty good example. I've had these steps bend on me over time. As you can see on this one, it should fold up inside like this one, but because it's bent, the stick hits the side. And you can see down the side of it, and that's not the only stick I have like that. This one's probably the worst out of my 4, but I mean, this one right here, that one has been a little bit. So, I mean, durability is a little bit of an issue for sure. I've had them slowly bend over time. And it does seem to be the bottom steps for me. It seems like that's where I'm putting most of my weight and kind of pushing towards a tree. But, I mean, a 6 step shouldn't really bend like that. I mean, they should stay pretty durable, especially if you're well under the weight limit for these sticks. And then we'll kind of get into the cons, or not the cons, we already did the cons. We get into the pros of these sticks. Number 1 pro, I think, for sure, and which is probably why most people get these sticks, is the cost of them. The cost of these sticks are fairly inexpensive to get a set of 4. I can't remember what I paid for mine. We'll try to
put it right here. Exactly right there.
I don't know about that, but I'll try to drop a picture in this video of the price maybe, so you guys get an idea of these. Maybe try to drop the price for the 4 minis, and then do you have 3 longs?
3.
They come with a pack of 3 of the longer ones. But price, definitely for sure. They don't break the bank. They get the job done. They might not be the lightest sticks on the market either, but they are fairly light for the price that they come in at. And for the minis, like we mentioned earlier, the packability of these things is really nice. You know, the steps fold up, so it really brings the frame of the stick in, really streamlined. And then the button, if they didn't break, they'd be really great. But to be honest, the way that might have broke and now they're a little easier to pull apart, it does make it a little nicer, and it's not as difficult to pop them apart.
True story.
But for me personally, I do like a double step. Tyler had the Lone Wolf, like the original climbing sticks, which are the sticks with the offset steps, and I personally hate those, especially like when you're going to set a tree stand or the saddle or whatever you're setting your next stick. Having your legs set apart like that is kind of annoying, and it kind of makes one of your calves and one of your feet really sore. So having both feet on the same level is really nice for me personally. Some people are different, but I mean, that was another reason I did choose to purchase these sticks. You got any other pros?
I think you covered it. Like those buttons, that was a good point. Them breaking actually made it like 20 times more easier to pull them apart. When you first get them, you're in there in the woods, you got like a foot on it, you're like prying it off. It's a no-go. But yeah, other than other than his steps bending and these breaking, we haven't had any other problems. I mean, they're light for the cost, and these fold down steps are really nice. I personally like those more than set steps. But yeah, I think that covers the pros and cons.
Yeah, if you guys want to see more review videos, let us know. We're going to be trying to do a couple more of some other gear that we have that we've used.
Today we're making a review video on the XOP. Let's get it. Hold on. Good morning. Welcome back to Wolfe Outdoors.